John Adams is among the world's most experienced video marketing professionals. He is a leading coach and consultant. John has created some of the most successful video training courses ever released on the internet. He has helped thousands of newcomers make the jump from absolute beginner to full-time money-making professional. But now John has outdone himself. From conception to perfection is the first web business masterclass of its kind. A course that takes you by the hand and walks you through every step of the way. To tell you more, here now is John Adams.
So I'll tell you absolutely that most people who have never been on the internet before, as far as business is concerned, all make the same mistake. They literally think they can take their offline business, go to a web designer, tell the web designer what they want, all their pretty things and all the flashy bits, and get the designer to take a lot of money from them, have that website hosted, and then they think they can drive traffic and they can make money. Well, unfortunately, the internet does not work like that. So I'm going to give you some real insider tips, tricks, and maybe even what people would consider to be secrets, because it's a whole different ball game on the internet. It's a completely different set of rules that you need to follow if you're going to make any kind of success on the internet. And of course, success on the internet means two things. One, you need to be able to drive the right kind of traffic to your website. And then you need to be able to convert that traffic into customers. And customers that then are happy with you, that they continue to come back again and again and again. And as we all know, some of the best ways to drive more traffic is to have the people that bought from you recommend you. And that is what you're trying to do on the internet. And so I'm going to take you inside the search engines in a moment and show you and explain to you what it means to be successful on the internet. Now, I've created a course called Web Business Masterclass. It is the only one of its kind ever to exist on the internet. It takes people from the absolute beginning right up to actually becoming a professional, what I call from conception to perfection. It matters not if you have an education. It matters not if you've ever been online before. Like all things that are taught, you just need a proper structure. You just need to be taught by the correct people. And that is what I'm going to do with you today. So, in the beginning, what you need to understand is this. If you want to drive free traffic to your website, that is what we call the organic traffic. That's the traffic that comes through the search engines, absolutely free of charge. Then you need to follow a set of simple rules. That set of rules I call the 7 elements for internet success. And once you understand what each one of these elements does and how each one of these elements fits into the next one, then you have the framework, the structure of what it takes to do the science part of making money. And that is the building of the business. That is the foundations of where your website is going to start. It is where you begin to bring people in, where you begin to bring the search engine robots in, and where you start to make some success. So I'm going to take you inside the one place that you need to start with, the one place where everything happens on the internet. On here we have it as number 7. The search engines. So I'm going to cover number 7, the search engines first, because if you can understand what the search engines want, if you can actually understand what happens when people go to the search engines, then you can quickly make a fast decision on how important they are in your business. They are the most important thing that you could have in your arsenal if you're going after free traffic. So it all begins with the search engines, and you've got to give them exactly what they want if you want them to give you free traffic, organic traffic. And the difference between being at number 1 in the search engine results and being number 10 is a billion miles away. The space between them is absolutely huge, even though it only represents one page on your screen of your laptop. So let me take you in. And let's quickly make you understand how easy it is to get this right and why at least 95% of all the people who have websites get it wrong. So the first thing you need to realize is you can type in any keyword that you like. This could be any niche, it could be any keyword, it could be any product, it could be any service. The rules are exactly the same. The way the page is laid out is exactly the same. How you impress the search engines, how you use the search engines is 100% the same. Makes no odds. It's impossible for me to know what your business is or your business model or where you are inside your business. What I'm going to do is to show you what it really takes to understand the search engines, what it really takes to keep these people happy, because Google, who is the gorilla of all search engines, cares for nobody but themselves. And as much as they're prepared to give you all the free traffic that they have, they don't do it for love. They do it to make money. Google is one of the biggest earners in the world. They take so much money that it is just silly. It's unbelievable. So the first thing you need to do is to understand why the page is laid out the way that it is laid out. Now, the first thing we notice is a box where we put the keyword, and we all know this. This is something really simple. And I've just literally put in a keyword, buy a camera. Now I put that keyword in because you're looking for customers. You're not looking for people to search. It's nice to have a customer. And so if somebody types in the keyword, buy a camera, it makes sense that they're interested in spending their money and buying a camera. And so the next thing we need to do is we need to look at this here, which says about 671 million results. What that is telling you is that for that keyword, buy a camera, there are 671 million pages with that keyword on that page. So there's 671 million people competing in their website for that keyword, which is a huge amount of people. So instantly, if you're trying to come online and you have a camera shop or you want to sell cameras, then you know you're on a big uphill struggle, although at least it seems. We can also do what we call a tight search, and we basically put that in inverted commas. What that does is tell Google that we want that to be more specific. We don't want every kind of combination that you could have of buy a camera and any phrase that might be in front or behind that camera. We're actually saying to Google, give me a better idea of what the competition is inside Google for that keyword, buy a camera. And when we look down at that result, what we see now is a drop. And now we're on 2,900,000. Still a lot of people competing. That's a lot of pages with that keyword on. The first thing I can tell you is this, that most people that are going after that keyword have absolutely no idea about what they're doing. Absolutely no idea. And 90-odd%, in fact more than 90% of the people that are going for that keyword and that group of keywords are never ever going to see the front page. They are never going to get themselves into a position where they can make some serious money. That's the first thing you need to know. Now we need to understand why this keyword is so powerful and if people are actually spending money with this keyword. We look here at the top and we see that there are a link and then there are two more links. These are called search preview ads. What that means is that somebody in this niche is paying Google money to have their link, their website, at the top of that page. So Google doesn't do that bit for free. They want you to pay for that keyword. And keywords cost a lot of money. So when somebody asks Google, can I please put my ad on a particular page? Google says, well, of course you can, but I want a percentage of money from you for doing that. And then when everybody clicks on that link, Google's going to charge that owner of that website an amount of money. And I can tell you that this is not a cheap word. What that tells you is this. Somebody is spending money on that keyword. Somebody must be making money on that keyword. So that instantly tells us that there is money to be made in this niche, that there are people who are prepared to spend money. We also look down the right hand side here where there's more ads, and we can see that there are a whole top page full of ads. Again, these people are paying for those ads. They don't come free. They do not come free. And so these people are advertising because they want to get in front of people's eyes. We call this the paid traffic. These people are going after paid traffic. Now, in a real world of results, those people that pay for those ads are getting somewhere between 2% and 4% of all the traffic that comes looking for that keyword. So they don't get a great deal of the percentage of people. So they have to work hard at that. We look down the page to the left hand side, and I'm just going to pull the ads out the way for you. And we see what we call the organic search results. This is the free traffic that people go after. Okay, so these websites, and this image you see here is actually an image of the website. I have a very special plugin on my browser which allows me to view what the website homepage looks like for that website. So this is something that's very important when you're out there researching. So these entries here are what the Google considers to be the best websites based around that keyword. So these are the people that are going to get the traffic that is free, that floats around the internet. And of course, as we all know in business, if you can get traffic to your website, to your business through your door that you haven't had to pay for, that has been sent to you because it's been recommended by somebody else, then we are in a great chance to be able to take some strong money. And that is what is happening here. Now we can see at the top there's a website called buyacamera.co.uk. And we go down, this is an ad for Google Plus for that website owner. I'm not going to get into that because this is a great way for somebody who is very small in the world to get themselves in a position above the search results. But let's just ignore that for a moment. And then we look down and we see there is PC World. Very, very big company. Well, you'd think this big company would be on top, wouldn't you? Well, they're not. There's a reason why. Because I'll tell you this straight away. It is much easier to beat the brands on the internet as an owner of a business than it could ever be to do this in the off world, where big brands like PC World have so much money that they can pretty much dominate the whole street that they work in. Fortunately, it doesn't quite work like that on the internet. And this is living proof that even with a big brand, even as a multi-million pound corporation, that somebody who does their job properly, somebody smaller, can smash the competition completely out of the water. And I spend a great deal of my time proving this for myself with my websites, and particularly for my clients and my customers. And it is very honest of me to tell you that I have clients, I have websites that sit above some of the biggest trafficked websites on the internet. Even Mr. Wikipedia trembles in their boots when I come online to compete for keywords. So let me tell you something else that's important. There are 10 results in the organic searches, and they rank from number 1 right the way down to number 10. And we have some relative keyword searches at the bottom, which I'm not going to worry about teaching you right now. What you need to understand is this. The only true way to make money when you're going after free traffic, the only true way to be in a position where you get all the traffic is to be number 1. Number 1. Because that website that's in number 1 for that keyword is going to take somewhere between 60% and 73% of all the clicks on the internet for that keyword. Up to 73% of the people that type in that keyword are going to press on this first website when they do a search. That is very powerful, very, very powerful skill that you're able to learn if you can get yourself into that position. Very, very powerful. The next one down, and again we'll ignore this one because this is Google showing their power against the competition that we call Facebook. This is Google's way of saying, I'm very, very powerful and I can do as I please. And they've given this person some power because he has some skills that he knows about that other people don't. In fact, just think about this. This is an individual who's got a digital photography school, and he's given away some information on a guide, and yet this little website here has managed to go above one of the biggest brands one of the biggest brands in the United Kingdom. Absolutely massive brand, and there he is right above him. Very powerful. Not because he has lots of money, like PC World. Not because he has hundreds, nay, thousands of staff working for him, because he doesn't. He just knows that there are certain rules that one person can play that can smash the big boys out of the window. So let's ignore this guy for a moment, and let's say that Mr. PC World here is going to get somewhere between 14% and 22%, thereabouts, of the traffic that comes online. So even this guy up here can smash this guy out the water. Now from number 3 down to number 10, well, they get the scraps. And I can tell you honestly, with years and years of research, that it doesn't really matter if you're number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, or number 10. The chances are that nobody's going to click on your link, and nobody is going to come and see you for that keyword inside the search engines. Okay, and that is where the brands start to show their strength, when they're further down. Because if you're particularly interested in a brand, you might just span down the page to find yourself a brand that you like. Okay, the scraps, we call that. So none of those websites, no matter how much money they have involved in their business, is ever going to get more interest in the organic search engines than this first one for that keyword. Now this is awesome. This is the power of the internet. This is the power of understanding the rules, that if you can do that, you can get a vast majority of the people that type in that keyword. And if you can do that once, well, you can do that 1,000 times. So if we look down at the page, there's obviously over 2 million results for this. And so we have Google that gives us more pages. Truth is, there are very few people that are ever going to click on number 2 or number 3 or number 4 or number 5 or any of the other pages beyond that. If they cannot find the answer to what they want in that first page, it is highly likely that they are going to type in another keyword, or they are going to expand on their keyword, like where to buy a camera, or buy a camera in a particular place, in a city, in an area where they live, in a country where they live. So they're not just going to go down this page and go looking at page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and so on. They're going to take what Google gives them. They understand, or they at least believe to understand, that if they type in a keyword, Mr. Google or Mr. Bing or Mr. Yahoo is going to give them the best possible result, because that is their job, to give them that result. And people, like sheep, they follow and they do as they are told. Now Google are trying their best to do what they call the one search, so that when you type in a keyword, everything that you will ever need will be on that one page. And so any relative websites, any relative pages that you want to go to, any shops that come from that, any information that comes from that, should be gathered from the sites that you find on that first page. And so people type in a keyword, they see the results, and they see, ooh, I typed in the keyword buy a camera, and guess what? There is a website on the top that's called buy a camera. Makes absolute sense, and that is why this website owner is doing as well as they are doing. Now this is nowhere near the power and the brand of some of the websites that sit below it. Now if we're in the off world, poorlittlebuyacamera.com or .co.uk would be hidden down a small road somewhere, because he would not be able to compete with some of the big boys. But hey, this is the 21st century, and this is the search engines, and so it's different. So that's the first thing that you should understand when you're coming online as a business. You don't have to be established. You don't have to have lots of money behind you. You do not need to worry about competing with the big boys, because you can beat them in the search engines at their own game, take traffic from them and take money from them, and put that money into your bank account, into your business, to expand your business and have your business go places that it never could have done in the off-world. Now if you've got an off-world business and you're coming online and you want your business to do well, you do exactly the same. You give Google exactly what it is that Google wants. That's all you have to do. Just give it what it wants. do the things that it expects from you. What it expects from you is a certain amount of content. It expects you to give information to the people that are viewing for that keyword. It expects that when it sends its robots down, that what it's going to do is find the information that that person has asked for. It wants to know that the people that searched for that keyword are going to find the result that they want. That is what they do. That is why they can charge these people on the right hand side, and that is why they can charge people on the top of the page the crazy money that they charge them, because they know that some people will naturally think that this top one here is part of the organic search. They will know that there are some people who have no idea what the search engines mean, and that the search engines are charging ridiculous money for those people to put that there. And so this person will get a percentage of the clicks. Now, fortunately for the organic search results and for real businesses that cannot afford to do this, people are starting to get blind to these ads. People are starting to quickly realize that, hey, this is just an ad. It doesn't make it bad. For instance, John Lewis, huge British company, multi-million-dollar company. Here, Samsung.com, billion-dollar company. Even those understand the power of having their keyword, their brand, paid for above the organics. Even though Mr. John Lewis and Mr. Samsung are never going to have as many people click on their link, even though they've paid, even though they're a brand, they are not going to get the same amount of people click on their link as this little website here, Buy a Camera, who has paid nothing to be there. Same over here, which.co.uk, massive company. They are paying Amazon, the power that is Amazon, the #1 shopping site on the planet. They are paying. Guess what? They are not going to get as many clicks here as this little website here, because this website understands the rules of what it takes to survive and what it takes to be financially secure for their keyword. Now, of course, this website here won't just be going for this one keyword. He'll be going for lots and lots and lots of keywords. And I can literally take you right now to a place where we could find out exactly what keywords this website is going for. We can also find out what keywords people are typing in related to a camera and to buying a camera. And we can find out all the information for you that we ever need to find out. We can do that completely free of charge, without any stress whatsoever, and we can do it in less than a few minutes. And that's exactly what I'm going to do now. I'm going to take you to the Google keyword search tool, and I'm going to show you how you can quickly manipulate the information that is on the internet, and how you can quickly discover any information that you want about any business whatsoever. Now, this is very, very powerful stuff if you're just coming online, because you don't have to invest too much money into the technology that most people think they have to. So let's quickly take a look inside underneath the framework of this website, quite legally, and let's take a look at this keyword and actually find out how many people are interested in buying a camera. So I've taken you inside what is known as the Google AdWords keyword tool. This was invented just for those people that want to pay for keywords, for them to be able to analyze what goes on inside the Google search engine, because Google has algorithms and they have robots that search every site that they can find on the internet related to any keyword that you could possibly imagine. However, this tool works just as well for the organic searches, and it works just as well for you to find out all the information that you will ever need to find out. You do not have to invest in any special tools. You do not have to invest any of your money and much of your time into discovering all the secrets that you need to discover. So we have a word or a phrase, and I've just literally typed in that same keyword, buy a camera, and we're going to let the search engines and the people that go after the word camera and let them tell us what is going on. And we get a group of keywords, we get keyword results, and I've asked Google to be very tight on that and only show me ideas that are closely related to buying a camera rather than just a camera. Because if we just typed in the word camera, there'd be too much information. We wouldn't be able to learn nothing from that. People might want to find out information about how to use a particular part of a camera by writing camera, and we're looking for buyers. We're interested in people that are interested in spending money in our business. So I've made that a little bit tighter, and I'm getting 71 results that are very tight on that. And as we go down the page, we get to see what the results are. And I'm doing this globally. I could, of course, if I wanted to, pick any country in the world and any part of any country in the world. But we're just going to do a global search so you can see exactly what happens across the globe. Now, what Google does is give you the results for the last 30 days. Not this 30 days, but the previous 30 days. And it gives you the results based on how many people are typing in a particular keyword for that month. And that information is stored in a place and it's averaged out over the year. So it's accurate, but like all things in life, it is not 100% accurate, but it's certainly accurate enough for you to be able to be financially safe that you're going to pick the right keywords if you know how to do this. And so the keyword buy a camera has 368,000 searches per month. That's a lot of searches. 368,000. And then it gives us examples of other keywords. And of course, how to buy a camera. Where to buy a camera. Where can I buy a camera? How to buy a digital camera. Buy a digital camera. Where to buy a digital camera. Where can I buy a digital camera? And we can see that the results start at the top high at 368. They stay at the top. Even though these results are the same, these keywords are slightly different and people will type in different keywords. And then we drop to 49,000 and it goes down and it gets lower and lower and lower. And so if you were to add up the combined searches for all the people in 30 days that type in a keyword related to buy a camera, then you would see that there are literally over 1 million searches for that one keyword on the search engines across the globe. 1 million searches per month. Very powerful stuff. If you know how to act on that information, if you know where to go to find that traffic based on what you see here, then it is highly likely that you can create a business for yourself very, very quickly. And if you know how to manipulate these keywords and work hard within these keywords, you can quickly discover what it is that the big boys are getting wrong and what the clever small people are getting right. That is the first rule and the power of understanding the search engines and what it is that they want. So we also looked at the #1 website for that keyword, and we saw that it was a little site called buyacamera.co.uk. So right across the globe, the #1 site for that keyword, buy a camera, was someone very clever to use that keyword as their domain name. And so quite legally, if we want to, we can find out what keywords that this website owner, this group of people, what they're going for. And that's exactly what I just did then. I typed in that search. And then we can see, based on the keywords and the searches, what this website, as far as the search engines is concerned, is going after. And so we can pick up on the fact that Canon is quite big. Camera, Nikon, from Nikon, and then lens and lenses, and then the Olympus, and then photography cameras, and then cameras photography, cameras and photography, the photo camera, Fuji, pictures of the camera, digital cameras, and so on and so on and so on. And these searches are absolutely huge. Now, although this website's doing very well, someone like me can pick up the fact that this person is still making mistakes. How does that help you? Well, it tells you that if you do it right, you can jump well above the person that sits on #1. And that is very, very powerful stuff. Very, very powerful stuff indeed. Once we look down and we find the keyword that we like, maybe we like them all. But if we find a keyword that we like, we can then go and analyze that one keyword and see where this website ranks for that keyword, and then also see where other people are ranking for that keyword. And that would be your second step. That would be the next thing you do. And so if you know how to use the search engines, if you know how to manipulate the keywords and the websites within that search engine, and if you know how to use this keyword tool correctly, you can quickly have a business that is going to knock the spots off every other website on the internet. It just takes time, it just takes skill, but I can tell you this for sure. You can knock 90% of these people out of the water in less than a few days. I'm going to say that again. You can knock people off the top of the search engines in less than a few days. You can have yourself on that first page of Google very, very quickly if you know what you're doing. And that is the essence of understanding what it means to be successful with a website, with a web business on the internet. And so if you're just coming online and you love cameras, you now have a business model that you can follow. If you're an established offline business and you have a camera shop, you've just found the holy grail of how you quickly turn your business around and how you quickly amass a great deal of traffic and customers to your website. So there you have a very quick introduction into your first step if you're intending on being successful on the internet, and if you want a business, whether it's a brand new business or an established business offline that you want to take online. There you have a very simple explanation of how you make the search engines happy. Now, it would be impossible to show you all this in one go. Just to understand the search engines alone is a whole few hours of time just to get that right. Understanding your keywords is a very, very big part of being successful on the internet, and it's impossible for me to be able to show you that in one go. So if you would like to receive more information, if you'd like to watch more videos, more professional videos created by a true internet marketing professional, if you would like to have me share with you more tips, tricks, and real secrets to what it takes to impress the search engines and the other 6 elements of what makes you successful, if you look to your right, you will see a little box where you can enter your email and your name. You click on a button and I will rush you videos, information that could truly help you excel your business, that can help you educate yourself more in the art of what it takes to be successful on the internet. So put your email address and your name in that box and I'll rush that to you straight away. This is John Adams, Web Business Masterclass creator. Thank you for your time. Thank you for stopping by. I do hope that I can help you more. If you wish to contact me, please feel free to do so. It would be my pleasure to help you more.
Get instant free access to this exclusive video training, How to Succeed with a Website Business. Enter your name and email address in the box to the right of this video, and John will rush you the video training completely free of charge.